Louisville, Kentucky, is reeling after a devastating tragedy that has shaken the city to its core. The sense of loss and disbelief is palpable as residents struggle to come to terms with the events that have unfolded. In a city known for its vibrant culture and close-knit neighborhoods, the impact of this disaster is being felt in every corner. On the morning of November 4, 2025, a routine cargo flight turned into a nightmare. A UPS cargo plane, loaded with packages destined for cities across the country, crashed just after takeoff from Muhammad Ali International Airport. The accident occurred near Fern Valley Road and Grade Lane, a busy intersection not far from the airport's main runways. The plane's sudden descent and fiery impact stunned onlookers and left a trail of devastation in its wake. The crash site, located in the heart of a bustling commercial district, quickly became a scene of chaos and confusion. Local businesses were forced to evacuate, and police cordoned off the area as emergency crews arrived. Shocked bystanders gathered nearby, some capturing the aftermath on their phones, while others simply stood in silence, trying to process what had happened. The sense of community was immediate, as neighbors checked on one another and offered support to those affected. Emergency sirens pierced the air, echoing through the city as fire trucks, ambulances, and police vehicles converged on the scene. First responders worked tirelessly through the night, battling flames and searching for survivors amid the twisted wreckage. The crash not only destroyed the aircraft, but also damaged nearby buildings, leaving a path of destruction that will take months to repair. The bravery and dedication of Louisville's emergency personnel were on full display, as they risked their own safety to help others. This tragic incident serves as a stark reminder of the risks that come with modern aviation, even as technology and safety protocols continue to advance. Airports are often located close to residential and commercial areas, making the potential impact of an accident all the more significant. For many in Louisville, the sight of planes flying overhead will now carry a new sense of unease, as the community grapples with the reality of what can go wrong in an instant. As the city mourns, candlelight vigils have sprung up across Louisville, with residents coming together to honor the victims and support one another. Local news crews have been on the scene, providing updates and sharing stories of heroism and loss. In the midst of grief, questions loom large. What caused the plane to go down in those critical seconds after takeoff? Was it mechanical failure, human error, or something else entirely? The search for answers has only just begun. City officials have promised a thorough investigation, while volunteers and support services have mobilized to help victims' families cope with the aftermath. The outpouring of compassion from across Louisville has been overwhelming, as people donate blood, offer meals, and provide shelter to those in need. The road ahead will not be easy, but the city is determined to stand together in the face of adversity. As cleanup crews begin the painstaking work of clearing debris and rebuilding, Louisville is left to reflect on the fragility of life and the strength of community. Flowers and messages of hope now mark the site of the tragedy, a testament to the city's resilience. The journey toward healing will be long, but Louisville's spirit endures, united in the hope for answers, justice, and, ultimately, recovery. The aircraft was a McDonnell Douglas MD-11F, a trusted cargo workhorse for UPS since 1999. Known for its three-engine design and heavy lift capability, the MD-11F is a staple at Louisville's Worldport, UPS's global hub. Before every flight, pilots and crews conduct rigorous checks. Safety is paramount. On this day, everything seemed routine as the plane was cleared for takeoff from runway 17R. But takeoff is always a critical moment, demanding full power and precision. For Flight N259 up, a sudden and catastrophic mechanical failure turned a routine departure into disaster. The investigation will focus on what went wrong in those crucial seconds. The disaster began during the takeoff roll. Surveillance footage shows the left engine, Engine 1, suddenly detaching from the wing, a rare and catastrophic failure. A fire erupted as the engine broke away, likely rupturing fuel lines and igniting jet fuel. The pilots faced a violent emergency, alarms blaring as they fought to control the aircraft. Despite the chaos, the plane became airborne, its left wing ablaze and missing an engine, creating a severe imbalance. Investigators quickly found the detached engine on airport grounds, a crucial clue. The NTSB will examine the engine's mounting and maintenance history to determine the cause. Understanding this failure is key to preventing future tragedies. The pilots fought to keep the crippled MD-11F in the air, but the damage was overwhelming. The plane barely cleared the airport fence before descending rapidly, crashing into nearby buildings. The impact and explosion created a massive fire, visible for miles, and scattered debris across half a mile. First responders faced intense heat and danger as they rushed to the scene. The pilot's efforts, though heroic, could not prevent disaster. Flight recorders will reveal more about those final desperate moments. The human toll of this tragedy is truly heartbreaking. 12 precious lives lost in an instant, including not only those aboard the plane, but also innocent people on the ground. Each victim leaves behind a family, friends, and a community forever changed by their absence. The pain is especially deep for those who lost children, a grief that words can hardly describe. In the aftermath, the city has come together to honor the memories of those who are gone, holding vigils and creating memorials at the crash site. The outpouring of support is a testament to the strength and compassion of Louisville's people. Emergency crews responded within minutes, working tirelessly through the night to rescue survivors and provide urgent medical care. UofL Health Hospitals received 15 patients, some with life-threatening injuries. Doctors, nurses, and first responders worked around the clock, doing everything possible to save lives and comfort the injured. Thanks to their dedication, most of those hospitalized have now been discharged and are recovering at home, but 2 patients remain in critical condition, fighting for their lives. The bravery and professionalism of these emergency teams have been a beacon of hope in a time of darkness. Meanwhile, 16 families are still searching for missing loved ones, clinging to hope as recovery teams comb the debris field for answers. The uncertainty is agonizing, and every hour feels like an eternity for those waiting for news. Investigators and volunteers are working side by side, determined to bring closure to every family affected. The community has rallied to provide support, offering food, shelter, and counseling to those in need. Each number in this tragedy represents a unique person, a parent, a child, a friend, whose story has been cut short. The loss is felt by the entire city, uniting people from all walks of life in shared sorrow. Support systems have been put in place for grieving families, including counseling services, community gatherings, and memorial funds. Louisville stands together, honoring the memories of those lost and offering comfort to those left behind. As the city mourns, it also remembers the resilience and compassion that define its spirit. The lives lost will never be forgotten, and their legacy will live on in the hearts of all who loved them. Emergency services responded within minutes, facing a raging fire and widespread devastation. Hundreds of firefighters, police, and paramedics worked through the night, battling flames and searching for survivors. Specialized foam was used to suppress the jet fuel fire, while medical teams set up triage and hospitals activated mass casualty plans. The coordination and bravery of first responders were critical in containing the disaster and saving lives. Grade Lane remains closed as recovery and investigation continue. The search for victims is painstaking and respectful. The courage of these first responders exemplifies the best of Louisville in its darkest hour. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, immediately takes charge of the investigation, as is standard procedure in major aviation accidents. Their team is made up of highly trained experts specializing in aircraft structures, engines, and flight operations. These professionals are called upon in the aftermath of every significant air disaster, bringing with them years of experience and a deep understanding of aviation safety. Their mission is clear: to uncover the truth behind what happened, no matter how complex or challenging the circumstances may be. The NTSB's GO team, a rapid response unit, arrives at the scene within hours. Their first priority is to secure the crash site and begin a meticulous process of mapping the debris field. Every piece of wreckage, no matter how small, is documented and collected as potential evidence. Investigators work methodically, searching for clues that might explain the sequence of events leading up to the accident. They photograph, tag, and catalog each item, knowing that even the smallest detail could be crucial in solving the mystery. Alongside the NTSB, the FBI and local law enforcement agencies are present at the site. This collaboration is standard in high-profile air disasters, especially when there is even the slightest possibility of foul play. The FBI's role is to rule out any criminal activity, such as sabotage or terrorism. In this case, however, early indications suggest that the tragedy was likely the result of a catastrophic mechanical failure, rather than a deliberate act. The investigation quickly zeroes in on the detached engine, which is found some distance from the main wreckage. This engine becomes a primary focus for investigators. Specialized teams carefully disassemble it, looking for signs of metal fatigue, manufacturing defects, or maintenance issues that could have contributed to its failure. They examine every component, from the fan blades to the smallest bolts, searching for evidence of what went wrong. Throughout the process, the NTSB is committed to transparency. They hold regular press briefings to keep the public informed, sharing updates on their progress and any significant findings. The investigation is painstaking and thorough, involving not just on-site work, but also laboratory analysis and consultation with manufacturers and industry experts. The ultimate goal is to learn from the tragedy and implement changes that will prevent similar accidents in the future. Already, the NTSB has shared initial findings with the public, confirming that the engine detachment is a central element of the investigation. They emphasize that while the process is complex, every effort is being made to provide answers as quickly and accurately as possible. The work continues around the clock, with investigators often working late into the night. The weight of responsibility is heavy, as they know that their findings will impact not only the families of those lost, but also the safety of future travelers. Each piece of evidence is carefully reviewed, and every theory is tested and retested. As the investigation unfolds, the city of Louisville, and the entire nation, waits anxiously for answers. The hope is that, through the dedication and expertise of the NTSB and their partners, the cause of this tragedy will be uncovered, and steps can be taken to ensure it never happens again. Both black boxes, the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, have been recovered, a crucial breakthrough. These devices hold detailed data on the plane's systems and the pilot's actions in the final moments. The FDR tracks technical parameters. The CVR captures cockpit conversations and alarms. Despite heat damage, investigators are confident the data can be retrieved. The black boxes are now at the NTSB lab in Washington, D.C. for analysis. Their contents will help reconstruct the tragedy second by second. The answers they provide are vital for families and for aviation safety. Louisville mourns, but it also unites in hope and resilience. Memorials have sprung up near the crash site, and the community has rallied to support victims' families. First responders and medical teams are hailed as heroes, and neighbors are helping one another heal. The NTSB investigation is a step toward closure and safer skies. Healing will take time, but the city's compassion and solidarity shine through. In tragedy, Louisville's true character is revealed. The lessons learned will make aviation safer for all. Together, Louisville will heal.